Twitter in here too. And Instagram Live.
You're listening to Unspooled, the podcast where failed prints are just part of the journey. Hosted by Corey from Moji 3D, the guy who thinks filament is a personality trait, and Steve from Layer by Layer, who probably has more spools of filament than forks. Every week we dive into 3D printing, making, and the occasional rant. So grab your favorite filament and let's get unspooled.
All right. So we should be live. Episode 28. How you doing, Steve?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I am pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired. Today was a crazy day. So not to mention all the crazy FormNext 3D printing stuff. But
yeah, man, today was a crazy day.
Yeah. So luckily we don't have any planned guests today, which is good because it actually just kind of worked out that way, but it happened to fall on day one of FormNext. So
yeah, no, we planned that totally. We called up FormNext and
we
asked
did
them
not.
to do it. We did.
It was just a happy accident, right? So hey, Shrimp Father, welcome.
We was like, hey, FormNext, make it happen. Hey, also we're streaming on Twitch today. I mean, not Twitch, on Instagram as well. I managed to throw that in at the last second.
Right yeah.
Yes, dude. Yeah, so we're on the Instagrams. Maybe next time we'll do TikTok. Yeah, it only lets you do 2, so you got to pick, which ones you want to do. So
it doesn't let you do. It's crazy that it doesn't let you do 3, but
But
we are also streaming in vertical on YouTube now.
Yeah,
so if you're on your phone, it should look better. You should see our mugs stacked instead of side by side.
Dude, we might be able to swing this, like, basically that would mean we had to still use stream together. Never mind. Yeah. I was like, it could be a way we could still do everything. Do them all.
Well, it could. I would just I could stream to Twitch and YouTube or I could stream to Twitch and Xbox. Jeez, now your Xbox S, you got me in. I could stream to Twitch and
see me eat in the comments. Look at that
TikTok, and then you could stream to Instagram and YouTube or something. But
it only matters on here that I'm eating the comments. I'd have to lean a little bit to the side for.
I can't even point to them. See, we got to do I got to 3D print my hand so that we can do this, and you can hold my hand.
My hands are way too small. When the twin powers activate, I want to be a bird. You got to be a bucket of water. This is the worst powers ever.
FormNext day 1, right?
Day 1.
It was quite. So initially at first, what I was seeing, I was not impressed with. But it did turn around in the end. And there's a few things that I initially saw and I was like, that's ridiculous. And then I actually thought more about it, and I'll mention those in a little bit, because one of them in Discord, I was like, this is kind of ridiculous. Then I kind of thought about it more, and it is now probably tied with my number one thing that I saw at FormNext. So, but we'll get into that eventually. Hey, GTR Dad, who's in? We got the Mad Owl. We got Ash. Hey, Ash.
Yeah, we got.
Long time no see. I've seen you chatting on X, but
so
see you around.
Real funny thing, real quick. So I looked up on Gemini. I don't know why this happened. I was like, who is Layer by Layer, right? And it was also there was a couple who made I think furniture or bags or something like that.
Yeah, and there's a YouTuber Layer, but it's BY Layer by. Yeah.
The funniest thing was the next thing was Layer by Layer is also known as Ash Prince. At some point, dude, at some point,
I almost spit my water.
Some conversation between me and Ash Prince made it, I guess, into Gemini. And it was they're obviously the same person. I wish I should have screen captured it. It was hilarious. I was
hey, Zombie.
I was like, this is 100% wrong.
Yeah. Zombies in saying happy FormNext. Yes.
Hey,
happy
Zombie.
FormNext. Yeah, that's funny. So Layer by Layer is Ash Prince.
Yeah, I am. Little did you know. Little did you know.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
so
dude, I was dying.
So what else? What have before we get into our FormNext talk? What have you been up to since last?
I'm trying to think. Mostly work, dude. 100%. Been messing around with the Ender 5. I have not really printed anything of substance in like a week. Played around. I got a scanner from Creality. Played around with that for a little bit. Still haven't had a chance to kind of like really get like a good solid scan. Mess around with Nomad sculpts, and that was pretty much it. What about you?
I have been the opposite. I have been printing nonstop. So I'm testing a few filaments that I have been printing nonstop with. One of those test filaments is actually printing my Delta Flyer kit, which is going to be like insane. It's going to be so cool. I can't wait to show that. But I've been printing nonstop. I've got a shipment of a bunch of brackets that I got to get out, which was an order more than I usually do. So that's been nuts. And then, today I bent a Centauri nozzle. Wait,
Yeah, you did.
let me get a good view of it. I can't get a good. Come on, focus. So I got to get the best view of it. So that's supposed to be straight. So yeah, that I bent the Centauri nozzle, which is no big deal because I got a micro Swiss nozzle on the way that's going to replace it. And then I wanted to show this because I've actually had a lot of people ask about it. So this is the Creality chamber heater. So the crazy thing is this thing is built really well. Like it's heavy.
I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying?
The cover on it is all silicone.
Is it?
Like the whole base of it is silicone, so it's designed to mount on a panel.
Yeah.
And then I like it because it's individually controlled. So I'm gonna put it on one of my Elegoo Centauris, and then this will run outside, and it's the digital control. So you can set it up to 70 degrees. And I tested it in the Centauri, and it cranks, man. It run it to. I've set it to 65 degrees, and it got the inside of the Centauri to 65 degrees within like 8 minutes. It was wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, it's pretty good. So I think they're like $75 on. I got it off Amazon, but they sell it on the Creality's AliExpress, official AliExpress store. If you buy it from the Creality website, you have to buy it as a pack in their new multi-kilo dryer thing they have. It comes inside that. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been up to. Karen. Hey, Karen.
Now, what's going on?
Did you see her little Christmas
I've seen absolutely nothing. Oh no, I did see those.
Yeah, those were cool as hell. Yeah, they were teeny too. Like they were all different sizes. They were the coolest thing. Yeah, I was digging those. I'm gonna have to print some of those. I'm gonna print some of those when the U1 comes in.
I'm gonna print some of those after Thanksgiving when Christmas actually starts.
Christmas starts November 1st. You know that.
No, it doesn't. Actually, I say that as I was working on like a little Christmas model and like several Christmas trees, but I have not published them. So they might not get published until after Christmas.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, that's basically what I've been up to, and then doing some designs, building some stuff. So, working on the attic upstairs. That's about it.
How's that coming along?
It's going good. I've got a lot of the walls framed in and everything, and this over the next few days we'll be running network cables up to it, so I can move my network rack up there, so have everything come from up there down. So
nice,
just running wire, but yeah. So should we get into the FormNext talk?
Oh, let's see.
You got another?
Trying to think. Should we ask the crowd first? What do they see that they like, and then we just feed off of them, or we just run down the list? So I mean,
I've got a big list.
Yeah,
but I've got
two.
I've got two new items. Not new, but I've got two items that I saw that I think were my top things. So yeah,
let's save your top two for the end, because somebody else may agree with it. Where do we start? Do we start with the Flash Force thing, or do we go towards that at the end? I feel like that's an end topic.
Yeah, let's finish with the Flash Force. Yeah,
because
the Flash Force drama.
We might lose.
So everybody in chat, for those of you that were following the FormNext stuff today, put in chat what your number one thing you saw was.
Or what were you waiting for?
Or were you waiting for Steve? And then whatever is like the most common or basically first, we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Hey Danny, Danny's here. Hey Daddy Wazzy.
Hey Danny Wazzy.
How are you guys doing?
Man, I can tell you. I'll say.
So G Cardad said, "I loved everything, not bamboo stuff."
Dude, like everyone showed up this year. It seems like I can't think of any companies that I didn't see. There. Like it seems like all of the major contenders were there this year, which was pretty cool. Yeah. And holistically, all of this is better for us as the consumer, versus being better for everyone else. For us, it's cool because the more competition, the better the prices will have to be, in order for them to land, in our household. So
and just different, unique stuff that
absolutely.
And you can say what anybody can say, everything they want, or whether they love them or they hate them. The Bamboo Vortex, it's an interesting, unique thing. It's going to be the first commercially sold nozzle swapper that we've seen. So like I said, whether you hate it or you love it, it seemed like it was well dialed in. It seemed to be pretty good. There were quite a few reviews about it on YouTube. It solves, as far as bamboo multicolor printing goes, it solves the biggest complaint about bamboo machines, which is filament waste and poop, right? Poop. And it solves that. So if that was your biggest gripe with bamboo, it does solve that. And I think it fell into a price. It's still expensive, right? $2,300 for the H2C with AMS at that lowest level that they posted. And so it's expensive, but it could have easily been $3,000 for that lower end thing. But
I think what Federer said as well. I thought the HUD was complex. It looks like a production. I think he's referring to the H2C now. It looks industrial in that thing. When you catch it from the right angle, it looks like a legit machine.
When he says legit production machine, that's one thing. I don't think we've yet confirmed its reliability, though, right? There's a lot of moving parts going on in that, and even more so the upgrade of the Vortex for the H2D. Like, how will that go, right? Because that's an issue. That's a thing, and it's going to be. It seemed like it was. I saw the European price. It was like 700 euros.
Yes.
So, but that's going to be having people upgrade to that.
That's what I was about to say, dude. The complaints that are going to fly when someone they're not able to get that thing properly set up. Oh man, it's going to be insane.
Yeah. So I think the only thing, I mean, it seems like it's a decent machine. It's obviously engineered well. Yeah. But you can have something that's engineered well, but yet still doesn't stand the test of time and isn't reliable. So it'll be interesting to see how reliable that is long term, because that's always been the issue with nozzle swappers, is that they're making them reliable is tough, right? Because it's a lot of moving parts.
It was if you had a chance to watch Joel Telling's video on it, he got a clog, and the old-fashioned way of clearing the clog is heat something up and stick it inside of there, and heat plus magnets, really it doesn't mix. We know that for a fact. We managed to not have that happen with the A1 nozzles and the A series traditional nozzles, but this also has some circuitry and stuff on it. And like while trying to unclog it, he demagnetized the magnets because heat and magnets don't really mix.
It's the reason
certain magnets and heat don't really mix.
Well, most don't. I mean, it's the reason why super high temp machines that print like Ultima and Peak.
Yeah.
It's the reason why they don't have magnetic beds, right? There's two reasons. One, the magnets, and then two, the adhesive that often holds the magnets in.
Yeah.
They can be mechanically attached with screws. But again, magnets and adhesive don't mix well with above like 120 C on a bed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where it goes. Like I said, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure they've tested it. I think that the Dr. Tao interview said that they had actually had this idea or been working on it even before the X1C was released.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it was anything that's just been like quickly thought up and dredged up because of like I heard comments a while back when this first came out was like, oh, they're just throwing this out because of the U1. And based off the amount of time and engineering that's in this thing, this was not something that was just like put together in a couple weeks. It's obviously been something they've been working on for a while. But
the naysayers will naysay always. So
yeah, but I think if you're willing to spend $2,300 on it, I think it's a valid machine. So what did Tech Cheaper said the Panda Treat, and I saw an X post about his wife being interested in that. And they did say it is a couple months away from being out there. But if everybody see the Panda Treat, I didn't see a whole lot about it, but essentially it looked like something that like printed things on the top of
they used edible ink on top of
like
stuff,
a hot chocolate or what am I trying to think, like a coffee or so that was kind of neat. Again, one of those unnecessary inventions, but it's cool that they did it.
I mean, is it something that was it just a gimmick for the event, or was it like actually gonna be
no, according to them, they are going to produce it and sell it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be a thing. They did refer to it as kind of like I can't remember the terminology that Luke used when he posted it on X, but it was basically like something you don't need, but something they've always wanted to build. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. I mean, it's pretty cool. So
yeah.
Those nozzles will definitely take a while for the other companies to try to figure out. You won't see those nozzles on Amazon anytime soon.
The food nozzles.
Well, those and the new nozzles for the Bamboo H2C.
Oh yeah, those the magnetic. Well, those are also RFID.
Exactly.
So I don't know if they'd even be able to. I mean, unless someone cracks the Bamboo RFID system.
We need to get more hackers into 3D printing. That's the issue, is that we don't have enough hackers in the 3D printing.
I mean, the crazy thing is that it's easy to scan that and replicate it.
Yeah.
But to recreate different RFID tags, that's the issue. But
yep.
Actually, I don't want to get into RFID though, because that's like a thing that everybody gets all fired up about. And
I mean, it is
I
also
don't care. But,
I don't care either, but it is also. I mean, the one of the other things that is a topic now.
Yeah.
Because of Prusa's open tag. Was it open
tag
or whatever it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. Well, I think it's still too early to tell. But I think Elegoo, they're adding an RFID reader to the Centauri 2.
Yeah, the Canvas. So they're calling it the Canvas, that side mounted.
Yep. So that'll be cool. And we also seen the word that they are actively working on bringing the AMS to the Centauri Carbon 1. So that's a plus.
Yeah, so there were confirmed people that worked for Elegoo that were at the FormNext booth that were telling FormNext visitors that they are in fact still guaranteeing an MMU for the CC1.
Yep.
They just didn't know the time frame. So
yeah,
it's still coming. Everybody can calm down.
Yep.
Oh, and then the index was there. You know, that was Bondtech. It's starting to irritate me a little bit now. So I won't say a whole lot about it, but it's one of those things where like they're now featuring it on machines at another big event.
Yeah.
And yet we still have no idea when the thing's going to be available. So I'm almost like, I don't even want to see it at FormNext because we already know about it. It's old news at this point. We just want to see when it's going to be available.
At least if we could get like a quarter, you know, like, oh, hey,
they already
Q1
did the quarter thing.
Don't worry, but that's me just cleaning up my image for a second. Yeah. At least like, hey, Q1 or Q2 or yada yada yada. So it would be cool.
Like an idea. So
or just more WoW sightings of it. Like, hey, who has it? Because they had the whole little sign up to get be a Bondtech tester program, and we didn't see. You know, I don't know. I haven't run into anybody who's actively using it. Granted, they may be under, you know, what's it called, embargo or whatever until a certain time, but still, what's this?
So
we did.
Hot end. So what Feder? I'll post that. So what Feder is referring to, if anybody hasn't seen it, was E3D is putting out a 400C Prusa Core 1. So I think it's going to be available for the Prusa Core 1, the Core 1X, and the Core 1L.
Yep.
So it's a 400C hot end. I have mixed opinions on that. Joseph Prusa did say during his interview with Joel that it would be able to print peak, and then he said peak CF, and I think he said peak. He corrected it and said, or not peak, but PEC. Okay, PEC is a version of peak. So he said PEC, and then he said CF, and I think he corrected it to specifically be CF, is because CF and PEC instantly makes it easier to print because it's less prone to warping, and the reason for that is that the Core 1L, the bed only goes to 120C, and the heated chamber isn't actually a heated chamber. It's a passively heated chamber by the bed. They put fans under the bed that uses convection from the bed to heat the chamber. Some people mentioned the sides being so close to the bed. Actually, Steve,
that was me. Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons why they did that is to make the chamber as small as possible, because if you're passively heating due to convection off the bed, you want that chamber to be as small as possible. So they are able to maintain 60 degrees C. Yeah. So at 120 on the bed and 63 chamber, you are not printing peak or PEC. It's just not going to happen. Now, PEC CF, you might still be able to print it and it may adhere to the bed, but it is not going to have the layer adhesion you get from something like the Vision Miner 22 IDEX, something that has a 200 bed and 140 degrees on the chamber. That's where you're printing PEC and peak, because the whole idea behind PEC and peak is that you keep those temperatures high to solidify those layers so that they are solid. And that's where you get the strength of peak and PEC. So even though it might be able to do it, I mean, it's not something, you should not go buy a Core 1L to be your peak or PEC printer.
Yep.
So,
but I mean, it is pretty cool. It says PEC, PEC CF, PPSU.
And that'd be okay.
Yeah. It's interesting. PPS CF, PPA CF. So
yeah.
I mean, you know,
it's a cool printer. I mean, it is. You and I had talked about it before.
Yeah,
it's a gorgeous looking printer.
It's very nice looking. Yes.
Like, and you have said that you make a lot of your judgments on a printer about how the design of it, right? How it looks. Absolutely. And I've always been one that said I don't really care what it looks like. I think I just said this last week, right?
This is last week. Yeah, yep.
And I'm not so much about what it looks like, even though I do like the Fallout themed printers and stuff like that. That's different. But But I will say that when I look at the Prusa Core 1 and the Core 1L, like I'm like, that's a sexy looking machine.
It really is, dude. You can't deny that.
And it is one I would love to have it. I just don't know if at $1,800 I'd be willing to spend for 300 by 300 printer.
If I had it and it was disposable,
yeah,
I would consider it.
Yeah.
You know, but like no. You can do way too much with 1,800 compared to just getting that. So,
for example, I just bought the Cheedy Q2, right? I bought it from Fabrico. They had a good deal, and that's coming. So for $489, you get a printer that's 270 by 270 by 256, right?
Yep.
But you get a printer that's 370 on the hot end, 120 on the bed, and has an active 70-degree heated chamber for under $500. Like, that's mind blowing. And anybody who says anything about the Plus 4 and the issues they had with the heated chamber on that, the Q2 and the Max 4, which was at FormNext, they went through a very rigorous like UL and like 3 different electrical certifications through the North America on this because of the issues they had with the Plus 4.
It's about time, dude.
Yeah,
like that needs to be a precedence that's set like across the board.
Yeah. So let's see. What else did anybody say? So, well, Steve, what did you see? Like, what was the one, if you could pick anything at FormNext that you thought was amazing, what would it be?
Not that I'm interested in having it, but the whole FiberSeek thing with being able to use whatever filament you want and then laying fiber inside of it. Yeah. I'm like, come on, that's just next level right there, dude. That's just insane.
I mean, we've most of us have all printed with chopped carbon fiber filament, whether it's PLA, PETG, ABS, whatever it is, nylon. But nothing is as strong as a print that has continuous fiber laid in.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Continuous fiber versus chopped fiber, there's no comparing it, like,
at all, dude.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
So if anybody isn't so the FiberSeek is a low cost. It's still Kickstarter, I do.
Yeah, it's still Kickstarter.
So it's a low cost continuous fiber printer that would, in theory, compete with something like the Markforge. So the Markforge is a $9,000 to $15,000 printer that prints continuous fiber, and you are locked into either Markforge filament. There's some 3D Tex filament that works with it. So the FiberSeek is supposed to use more filament, but I think it's also only like $2,800 or something like that.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Yeah,
for what it is
for a continuous fiber. Yeah. And so anything under $4,000 really, in comparison to something like a Markforge, would be. So, was there anything else that you thought was?
I'm going through my saves right now. Plenty of shoes. The shoes are still a big thing. For FormNext. Well, in general, in 3D printing, they had the Stone Wolf was there. I've seen somebody. Udo,
I love
that thing looks awesome, dude.
Yeah, I would love to have
so industrial looking.
$1,400 though. Whoa. But
you know what's funny is like
rugged.
6 years or when I started 3D printing in 2016. Like $1,400 back then was like, that's insane. Like now, having been in the hobby for 8 or 9 years now, it doesn't really I'm not as against the higher price for machines. Just because of the ease of use. Back then it was still like hard to like, you still had to do a lot of legwork to get a good print out of it. So paying $1,400 or something then was like, whoa, this is a lot of money, and I still gotta like level the bed or slap a BL Touch or something on it. Now it's like $1,400, and I know that I could just take it out of the box, calibrate it, and start printing stuff that I want to make, and it's fast. It's like not that bad anymore. You know what I mean?
It's not, but you still have like what I said, the QDX2.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So you can still get a $500 printer that does all the same stuff. So
yes.
yeah, I guess it's good that both, right? Like if you have the money to go out and buy a Core 1 or an H2C or something like that, because that's what you like, that's awesome. But it's also cool that if you only have $400 or $500, you can still go out and buy.
You can still get into the hobby at a very inexpensive rate and have a great machine.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. And I think that's more or less the the meat of it is just it's not like people think it's an expensive hobby to get into because you technically make something from nothing. But it's really not. It's a very inexpensive hobby. It's a very inexpensive way of going beyond a hobby as well, because you can make your money back on a machine pretty fast. So
I mean, you can now buy a Centauri Carbon that does technical filament for $299, or you can buy an A1 Mini doing multicolor, which I think they're the A1 Mini combos are like $199 now.
Not the combo. I think that's just for the A1 Mini. I think the combo was like $259 or something.
Still though,
still
that little thing is a little beast. That's still. I mean, I only have a P1S left, but I loved my A1 Mini. Like that thing, it sat on my desk right here, and I would just, if it fit on 180 by 180, I would just send it to it, and it always printed good. Yeah, I love that little thing.
Dude, it's kind of cool. I'm all typing on the wrong screen. It's kind of cool because, like you said, like Christmas is coming. I really would love for more people to kind of get into the hobby, and more people every year we gain a larger share of people getting into the hobby. But it's getting close to where I feel like we're gonna get like that big boom of like people it's was the word during the pandemic or whatever, where it's like now the crowd is crowd immunity or something like that, or whatever it was. Like now the hobby itself is just pushing itself out to more and more people. Like you don't actively have to recruit people into it. It's like people are like just kind of like falling into 3D printing, know. And
I've mentioned it a few times where like my son is 14 years old and he's in school, and now when a 14-year-old sees printers like Bamboo X1Cs in school, to them they're just like, my school has 3D printers, no big deal, Whereas like even 5 years ago when schools had 3D printers, it was like magic, right? But now even kids are just like, it's just every school has a 3D printer.
I remember like last and I won't blame the teacher, but last year my son's school, one of the teachers there was like, hey, you want to come in and talk about what you do? And I was like, I work in IT, it's not that cool. And then my wife was like, no, you can go and talk about 3D printing. And I was like, I can't go and talk about 3D printing. And I was like, Corey, what do I say?
For hours about 3D printing.
Dude, I was late picking him up from school today because I was talking about 3D printing at work. So yes.
Yeah, when we were laughing our butts off today about silly stuff. So but so one quick I tagged or I posted Feder's comment about the Anycubic because I mentioned at the beginning of the show that there were two things that I thought that were my favorite at FormNext. One, I'll tell you right now, because it was the Anycubic Cobra X Ace Gen 2, right? So this, I don't know if anybody saw it, but I liked my Cobra 3 with the Ace Pro. I just recently donated it to my son's robotics team. I liked it. It was a good machine. It was a good multicolor, everything. But the Anycubic Cobra 3 Ace Gen 2, if anybody saw that is new, right? And it's originally when I saw it, it looked like a mixing tool head, right? Which has been done before, and it was always a disaster. But this was a little different. So this was like a 2-in-1 tool head that was basically still 4-color, but what they're doing is pulling in. They had 4 spools mounted at the top of the machine, and they're pulling that down into a single tool head. And basically the AMS is in the tool head, so it's pulling it down, and it's only having to pull that filament out a tiny bit out of the melt zone, and then cutting it, and then it can swap it out, and it looks like it's doing it all right at the tool head, and it looks really cool. And it was on I'll say it, an A1 or now a Creality High or that new Creality V4 style bed slinger, and it looks really neat. And the cool thing about it is that they were touting like basically no poop. They had a multicolor print going, and there were like 4 poops on the floor. That's it. Like, and it also seems weird to me that I'm talking about 3D printing and we often say poop on the floor and it's a normal thing.
I know, that's why I laughed.
Yeah,
I was like,
I am not. Yeah, that is weird, but so that I think that Ace Gen 2 was the tied for me with the second or the number one thing I saw. The other one, I originally posted about it in our Discord, in the Unspooled Discord, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Why are they touting this at FormNext 2025? But it was another E3D thing, and it was the Obsidian 500. Okay. So if anybody's aware of the E3D Obsidian coating on a nozzle. So E3D first started out with what was called the Nozzle X, right? So it was a coating on a nozzle that was a hardened coating that made a hardened nozzle. Then the next iteration was the Obsidian nozzle that was capital X, but lowercase d. I'm saying that because the Obsidian 500 is the same name, just capital D and capital X. But the Obsidian coating was only hardened up to 300C. Once it started exceeding 300C, it actually softened and no longer became a hardened coating.
That's
so
crazy.
You could only heat that an Obsidian nozzle up to like 290, because once you started exceeding 300, it started to degrade the coating. So fast forward to 2025, the Obsidian 500, capital D, that is now capable. It's the same coating, but they're using some wild method of doing it. And I wanted to actually read. I wanted to read it because there's a lot of science going into this nozzle. So if I can find now, I got to try to find the page again. Basically, they are baking on this Obsidian coating through microwave and like rainbow farts is how they put it. I don't even remember, but it was some wild thing that I can't. And of course, I can't find the actual page that explained it all. But oh wait, I found it. So it says. The application of Obsidian's E3D LC coating is pretty badass. We ionize a carbon-based gas in a vacuum chamber, then using powerful electromagnetics create a plasma. An electrical bias on the nozzle then causes the carbon molecules to combine and grow on the surface. In layman's terms, the nozzles are put into a magic microwave and they come out covered in rainbows. So either way, it now takes the Obsidian up to 300, and now it's good up to 500 degrees, right? So 500 for me, as someone who likes to print high temp nozzles, that's like the magic number, right? You want something that goes up to 500 C. So originally, and I had actually mentioned it in the Unschooled Discord, and I think Stay Creepin', aka Hadron, he saw it, and I was like, this is ridiculous, right? But it was really before I saw like the meat and potatoes behind this. It's cool stuff. So if you're interested in high temp nozzles and high temp hot ends, these things are pretty cool.
Yeah.
But all right, I nerded out over a nozzle.
You did. I'll let you go. So. I saw it in your eyes. I was like, he gone, y'all.
Yeah, it was twinkle. But,
he gone, y'all.
Yeah. But so I apologize to E3D. Again, this wasn't public. It was in our Discord, but I was like dragging them through the mud because at the beginning of FormNext, because I was like, how dare them come to FormNext and tout the Obsidian, which they've had forever. It's like the Obsidian crack. So I apologize. But all right, Ash has come back. So
I'm cleaning up our show notes. We talked about that as well.
And
all right, cool. I have not seen anything about the Anycubic, but the Ace Gen 2 is
it's
pretty sweet.
So if you guys want to see, there's actually one of the people that covered it was actually 3D Print Canada, I think is his name.
He was all over the place, dude.
Yeah, he was going around.
Go follow 3D Print Canada if you want to know what's going on.
Yeah,
at FormNext, that dude was all over.
So Tech Cheaper, I wish they would put me in a microwave and cover me in rainbows. But not rainbow turds or whatever I said the first time, but rainbows, not unicorn poop. That's what I said.
Unicorn babes.
Yeah. So 3D Print Canada, pretty cool dude. I have heard of him before, but I hadn't really followed any of his stuff. But he has some really good shorts on YouTube about all the crap at FormNext.
About everything.
And I had seen the Ace Gen 2, a couple of the people that I follow through Jerf that we met through Udo, they had actually posted about it because it kind of hit the Japanese market first. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. And the only person I've seen so far that really talked about it on a video was him. So check him out, 3D Print Canada.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think everybody's had like a pretty good showing so far, and it'll be cool to see what's going to pop up tomorrow. The Prusa had a blanket, a cover over something in their booth. Most people think it's probably like a Core 1 with the Bondtech actually in the wild. It'll be cool to see. Well, someone did get a shot of what was it? I can't remember what it was, but so that's more than likely what it's going to be. Maybe with the spools mounted. They also have their new dry boxes, I guess, or I don't know if they're like officially dry boxes or just spool holders, but they do have humidity on it. So I would assume that there's some type of humidity control potentially. If you
in which one?
Prusa, they have
those dry boxes. Yeah.
But I didn't see any like guts on it that said like, oh, this is
I think it was it looked to be just like what Cheetah used to put on the back of their machines. It looked like just a box that you put desiccant in that had a meter on it.
Sounds but I'm not right. Sure. That's what it looks like. I'm looking at the pictures of it right now.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. What else?
I will say though, it actually looks good.
It does. It does look good.
Yeah,
it does look good. I was hoping to see more like new materials. I felt like, granted, outside of like the PBA and TPU stuff, which is like now the new hotness. Thanks Liz for posting it. It's a new hotness. But I was expecting to see, maybe some cooler consumer-ish filaments or materials.
I didn't hear a whole lot about and again, I think day one is usually like the big machines and the big hardware and the big everything. Maybe day two we'll hear more about. There were a few talks about so the next layer, he was talking about some wild resin that was like uber impact resistant. Like they actually had like a chopping block with like a hammer, and they were the printed parts, and people were like smashing it with hammers. So if any, typically resin prints are usually pretty brittle. There are some flexible impact resistant stuff, but they tend to usually be pretty brittle. So that was the only one that is material. I didn't see anything FFF or FDM, but did anybody else in chat see anything? So it's actually a good point, Steve, because I honestly hadn't even thought about that today. Like, I never looked for anything. I never even dawned on me about, when I always think of FormNext, I'm always thinking about like crazy new machines or new hardware or something new. But filament advancements or material advancements are some of the coolest things.
You know what else is kind of cool? Like, I feel like, the A1 and the A1 Mini kind of like breathed new life into bed slingers. especially because they showed that you can do multicolor on bed slingers as well. And then they kind of like walked away from it, at least as far as we know. And now like everyone has kind of like taken that. Like you have the new, you had all of the Elegoo bed slingers. You have Anycubic has their bed slinger now.
The Creality High,
Creality Ender 3, B4. So it's like bed slingers is as much as people tend to like I say the higher up you move in 3D printing, you kind of lean more towards core X, Y, whatever. But bed slingers are still kicking and still throwing out really good prints and still getting advancements and stuff. I mean, and they usually tend to be a little bit cheaper as well. So like the bed slingers are kind of here to stay for a while. I mean, which is interesting.
I think
hold on, the other thing real quick. And with the Ace the Ace was a Gen 2 or whatever. Like you don't need an AMS. The AMS is all in and out. So now you go back to just 4 rolls sitting on top of your machine, which to me is super cool because now it makes it look less complicated and it makes it look more feasible to have, which is nuts.
And I think there was a period of time where and I think it was when like the X1C came out and then all of the Core XY like super fast and closed printers were coming out. People were saying it all over, right? Bed slingers are dead, death to the bed slingers, no bed slingers shouldn't be made anymore. And it was that I think we've now realized that, and I am one that leans towards enclosed printers. It doesn't have to be Core XY, just enclosed printers in general, because I like my machines to be able to print high temp if I need them to. But a bed slinger can pump out PLA, PETG, TPU, high temp PLA, and all other PHT, like all kinds of other stuff that I've even printed easy nylon on bed slingers. Like you can do it. So I don't think they're dead. And I think that Ace Gen 2, I'm hoping that isn't just for a bed slinger. Like they could put that on a Core XY, right?
The only thing that I would like to see with the Ace Gen 2 is, can you unload a filament, while it's printing? So say
I would think so.
Thank you, Forge. Where you can do layers, but just from the screenshot that I saw, there's a lot going on in there. Like
there is, but I would think so because it's basically it's
it,
cutting it and it's pulling it back.
But is it pulling it back out of the gear, like far enough so that you could get it out of the gear, or is it just it's gotta still be able to pull it back in? So
the cool thing is that's only going to be a firmware thing. So if they didn't think of it, and I can't imagine even today, like I think everybody now thinks of swapping filament out, whether
my thought is that it's probably only one actually motor in there, so that motor is pushing filament out to print. It's not engaged in retraction.
So I think there's a dual motor.
Oh really?
I think both the two, it's 2 into 1. And I'm pretty sure they both pull out independently.
Okay.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see.
Again, I think based off what I can see in the render, I think there's 2 motors in there. It looks like, because they did have a graphic where it showed one coming out as one was going in. So it suggests to me that it's 2 motors pulling it out, but who knows? I guess we'll see. And that's why that was one of the things that I thought was the coolest thing that I saw there, because it was the same, right? We've seen 2 into 1, 4 into 1. We've seen 8 into 1 crazy mixing nozzles that you can buy all over AliExpress for a decade, and they were all garbage because nobody could ever figure out. Like controlling that in the firmware is just complicated, right? So it's just not something that anybody ever really did. And some people got it to work, and it worked, but it was more like a color mixing, not multicolor. But where this is multicolor, I don't know. It's just cool. It seems enough of the old but still new that it intrigues me.
Yeah.
But so real quick, Goot 3D says, has anybody tried a SICK nozzle? So by SICK nozzle, I think he's talking about the silicone carbide nozzle. I have not. So I've heard of them. I know Slice Engineering makes one. I know Raise 3D makes one. I think Fadus makes one too. I have not tried them. If you have, let us know in chat what you thought. But
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So it's a silicone carbide nozzle. So it's just a hardened nozzle, but it in theory should be incredibly strong and abrasive resistant. So, but yeah, I think Raise 3D was one of the first ones that had one for their machines, but I'm pretty sure Fadus now has one. But
I guess to round out the Prusa talk, the Prusa was it Core 1 Plus?
Yeah,
is a more 3D printed version of the Prusa Core 1. So
I think it's less 3D printed.
Is it less 3D printed?
Yeah, so I think it now has like aluminum sides, and so yeah, so I think it was.
I know the L has aluminum sides, right? And something to like make it the same weight as the Core 1.
And I think the Core 1 Plus is supposed to just be the actual Core 1L's little brother. At least I'm not sure. If anybody knows, if they saw more, well, I guess I can look at the site here. So says Core 1 Plus. It doesn't say a whole lot about it. What's new? Automatic top venting, easy flex loading, new bayonet style spool holder firmware, performance, can do the 400C hot end. Doesn't say a whole lot about it.
No.
Huh. If anybody else knows more about it, but yeah, it doesn't. At least on the site, it doesn't quickly define like what's different about it between the Core 1 and the Plus. But I thought he said that it had less 3D printed parts than the regular Core 1, but maybe maybe it was the opposite. Maybe it was.
Yeah, there's no real news on it. I guess no one's written up. Oh, here we go. Core 1 Plus.
If you could find
the fully enclosed. So come on. All right. Well, did we talk about the Cheaty Max 4?
So he says the Core 1 Plus is the Core 1 with the L's upgrades. Yeah. So I would think it would have. I think it would have the better bed, the aluminum sides, the non-printed parts. Now that's another thing that is I wanted to highlight was that the Core 1L and the Core 1 Plus, the way that they're heating that bed, I don't know if anybody has seen the thermal imaging of it. It is fully heated, like right to the edges, and there's no deviation from left to right, front to back. When it heats to 90 degrees C or 100 degrees C, it's 100 degree all over the bed. So if you watched Joel's interview with Joe Prusa in there, he actually mentions because other printers aren't doing that, and what he was referring to is the H2C. So with the H2C from Bamboo, one of the complaints about that printer is that it has a heater element that is kind of like a C shape that goes around it. So unless you heat sink that bed, there can be a 30 degree C deviation from left to right in various places on the bed, which is a lot, right? So if you're expecting to print, so that bed goes to 120. If you're expecting it to be 100 degrees and it's actually 70 degrees, depending on the filament you print, it's not going to stick. It's just going to warp or it's going to come up. So Joel's video, and the reason why he said it in that interview with Joe at FormNext was that in his review of the H2C, he highlights that he had prints that kept falling off because the H2C wasn't a uniform heating.
It was crazy because if you look at the video, they both fell off at like the same point too.
Yeah.
They both.
Because if you saw the thermal imaging, it was printing in the center of the bed.
Dead center.
and there was an area around that that didn't heat unless you heat soaked it. And then even when he heat soaked it and he actually got it up to, I think it was 100 degrees C, there was still a variation from front to back and left and right. And for a $2,300 machine, that's kind of and he actually refers to it. Why is my camera?
I said you went blurry.
He actually refers to it as unforgivable, and it kind of is, right? In 2025 for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Machine.
Yeah,
like you've got to be able to heat the bed consistently.
Like, why are we still cutting corners? Like, we know that it's gonna, like, people are gonna find out.
Yeah. So they either knowingly cut that corner or they didn't think of it, which either way is kind of like, really, guys? Like, you engineered the vortex, but you couldn't heat a bed uniformly. Like,
I'd honestly rather assume that they cut the corner than they didn't think about it.
Yeah.
I'd rather that be what happened.
It was a cost thing,
absolutely.
Like, it was the difference between 2,300 or 2,500, right? But yeah, it was kind of strange. So, and again, I think that's a feather in the cap of a Core 1L versus, like, a bamboo machine, because they don't heat uniformly. So if you are printing, ABS, ASA, polycarbonate and above, you can have a problem. So
I will say, let's say 6 months ago, like, who would have thought that we still be actively talking about Prusa the way we are now? And
there were a lot of people
saying
it was dead, right? Like, fell behind
and they definitely came out fighting, and I also feel like the prices kind of like reflect that as well. It's not as crazy as it would have been. Now, it would have been cool to see, like, maybe some improvements on the XL potentially this year as well, because the XL is at least 2 years old now for the most part, or almost 2 years old. It would have been cool to see some, like, hey, we fixed this, we fixed that, or here's some better features. Here's, it comes with a camera now, or like,
so there are things. I mean, there's obviously the Core 1 Bondtech that everybody thinks is going to be released tomorrow on day 2 of FormNext. But there has been chatter too, and I don't know how valid it is, about there being another XL, like a version 2 of the XL, and it being different. I mean, who knows? But I just think I was all on board with the Bondtech Index. I'm a little irritated with him right now, so I'm not super excited about the Prusa Index next. And then there's grumblings of, like, the Index for a year is going to be a Prusa exclusive, and that's why they're putting it off, because the agreement with Prusa was that it can only be on a Prusa for a year. I mean, who knows if that's true? Which I wouldn't have an issue with it if they didn't already release it like a year ago, saying we were all going to get it in Q4 of this year, and we never did, or Q3, I think it was. But so I don't know, it'll be interesting. And then somebody had mentioned that voxel is somehow intertwined into this Prusa Bondtech marriage. I don't know how or why, but
really,
so we'll see. But I don't know what voxel would have to do with it, but we'll see.
Instagram cuts your stream after an hour.
What's that?
I said Instagram cuts your stream after an hour. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Right? And then you have to, like, that? I don't know. I guess to avoid. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you.
So it's just like, boom,
this is gone. Yeah.
So the other company that I wanted to talk a little bit about was BQ, because obviously BQ is around everywhere, all the way. They have their Panda stuff, but the Vivid went on sale and you can actually buy it. I still think technically it's a pre-order, but you buy it at $299, which is pretty cool. But then they had something called the BQ Panda Feeder. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. That was really cool.
Yeah. So there were 3 or 4 things mounted on the side. I think it was a P1P, And basically it's a Panda feeder that you could put on, and it basically auto feeds. Like if you had the same kind of, like say you had 4 half spools of Elegoo Rapid PLA, you could basically auto feed them in. And it was neat. I don't really understand the point, because if you have an AMS, you can just do that anyways. But maybe it's geared towards people that don't have or want an AMS, for it to be a cheap feeder option, or a cheap auto loading option. I don't know, but
it did look very prototype. Granted, it looked like it was a lot. The casing for it was 3D printed, so that's why I said it looks very prototype. But yeah, I mean, I like it is. What's the thing? I can't think of the one, the Infinity Stream or whatever, Infinity, whatever, the one that came out, and it like you can have like 2 rolls sitting on there, and it'll automatically feed. It's it's cool because it's kind of like in competition with that, but it's from BQ, so it's gonna work, and it's gonna be well. But
for
someone like Frankenbee or Traxman who are doing these like huge prints, like that is that is something that's probably valid. looks good for them. If you can just slap three spools on there and just let it go.
And it could come from something like the U1, right? The U1 having the auto feeder motors in, so that you don't have to push thing. And Tech Cheaper says it like, a feeder for something like the XL, where you're feeding in filament for a mile, 4 tool changers, because you're going up through, long reverse Bowden tubes. So you could use it for something like that as well. So that's cool. It's a good that's a valid point. And then they had the P1P with the Vivid there, that was the Cyborg. So I've known about the Cyborg for a long time, and I'm super excited about it because I have a P1S here that I can't wait to gut and use the Cyborg. But the other thing that BQ has been tickling and releasing is that they're going to be doing the BQ Centauri Cyborg as well. So not just the Panda Cyborg for the P1S or the XC, but also Cyborg for the Elegoo. So you could fully clipper gut an Elegoo Centauri and then use a Vivid with it. So that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else you can think of? Did we miss anything?
U1s are in the wild and everywhere except for America. P2Ss are starting to show up with some of the influencers. So that'll be cool to see, how those render. And
you mean the X1, the X2, the P1 X1?
Yeah, pretty much. It's literally made the X1C over again. It should be like X1C with a little 2 at the bottom. The BT Vivid, was it? Yeah, the Vivid, right? Yeah.
Well, originally they called it the VVD, but
those were in play at the event, which was cool to see. There was also Voron with some with Bondtech on it there as well.
There was a V0. I think there was a Micron with 6 indexes on it, something like that.
Trying to think of what else. We talked about the Max. There's really not much to say about the Max 4. I mean,
there is.
What is it that you wanted?
So there is. So the Cheetah Max 4. Okay. I almost went for the Cheetah Max 4 because I just bought the Cheetah X2 because I needed another chamber heated printer. I almost went Max 4, but I don't really need anything that big, right? Because I have big printers, and that's 390 by 390. And I'm also thinking about getting the Ender Max, the Ender 5 Max. So that's even a little bit bigger. But it's 390 by 390. But the coolest thing about it, one, it's also MET certified like the Q2. So it has the full electrical, like they've checked everything. So chamber heater, it's all legit. But they have a liquid cooled hot end option for it. So that is really cool because the hot end goes to 370, but you could, in theory, put with the liquid cooler, which is an optional thing that cools the heat break in between the hot, the melt zone and the extruder. It cools that, so that in theory you could push that much hotter. So you could really crank up that chamber heater. You could really crank up the nozzle, and you're not going to have to worry about heat creep or nozzle clogs because you're just liquid cooling that hot end. So that's really cool. I still may get a Max 4 because of that, just because I think that's like that we haven't. We've seen that people water cool VZ bots, and people have water cooled like Slice Engineering has water cooled hot ends. Luke's Lab has water cooled hot ends. Mellow 3D has water cooled hot ends. So we've seen water cooled hot ends, but we really haven't seen it on a consumer level. You can just buy it off the shelf, and especially not something as low cost as the Max 4. So,
yeah.
But yeah,
nice.
It's cool.
All right. Just going through our list.
Yeah.
We covered for the most part this entire carbon Canva.
The Canva, yeah.
Canva
is what they're calling that, which I think is weird because wasn't there another multicolor system that was supposed to come out that was called the Canva and it never came out?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Like, wasn't the I feel like I've heard the Canva before in 3D printing. I know there's the Chroma Canvas, right? That's the HueForge ripoff from Bamboo. But I thought there was something else called the Canva. When I heard it, it was like, oh man, that sounds familiar. But anyways.
Dang, it ended it again. That's weird. Well, it did it. I don't know.
The Instagram stream. So,
oh, no, it didn't.
Yeah, maybe the next one we'll pick will be was it TikTok? Was that the other version? Because that I think
yeah, I think it's streamed forever. I don't think it. Yeah, it did. It's ending it.
Yeah. So if you're watching on Instagram, it has a 1 hour limit. And it automatically ends it. So
and then it just
if you're watching on Instagram, we're sorry.
Yeah, and it won't let you start it over. So yeah. Oh, there you go, Instagram. See ya.
Yeah. Oh, so Exodus says it's air cooled. So is it an air cooled unit or liquid cooled? I thought it was liquid cooled, but maybe it's air. Either way, it's cool. Yeah, I didn't want it because it was just big until I saw the cooler, and then I was like, man, I really want that.
Maybe we'll try Facebook next week.
Okay, so Facebook, yeah. So Exodus FX is right. It is active cooling air control system. So it is air. I thought it said liquid controlled on the side, but it is air cooled, which is still cool. It comes down through it's not like a CPAP tube like you see on a lot of external fans that are blowing in for like the part cooling or anything, but it's like a tube about yay big, just a clear tube that comes in, and it just blows air directly on the cooling.
There's actually a dude under the table with the hose, and he's like,
just a little. There's like a little gnome in the box just blowing on there. But, and I do think they're calling it the Polar Cooler. And it is an add-on. You don't have to do it, but I think it is $199.
Cool.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I saw that it was $199.
All right. So now we're on to the elephant room. FlashForge was there.
Yeah.
Who knows how well their booth does? It's FormNext. It's not the US. So there's plenty of people that'll be there that do not care about
3D printed firearms.
3D printed firearms. They may care about the whole "will tell on you" part, but maybe they don't.
So wait, let's be clear. No, I am a firearm owner and a collector, but neither Steve nor myself has any way, one way or the other, whether you do or you don't agree or want to print firearms. We're not telling you to. We're not telling you don't. No opinion. This is just about the Flash Forge thing. So
yeah. But I honestly, like, a lot of people think that like they're done, and I don't think they're done.
No, I don't.
I think like because I think like first of all, the people who are most vocal about it are probably like, I often say that we are people, like the people that are here and the people that are on Discords and stuff are people who love 3D printing so much that we seek it out every day, and we have friends that we talk to in reference to 3D printing every day, right? It's our thing, but we're like a drop in the bucket of the people who spend money on 3D printing, who buy
they don't care.
Bamboo filament because they think you can only use bamboo filament and bamboo printers. There's probably like 1 to 100, us versus them, not versus, but people like that. And so I think those people don't care, like they one way or another. It's like, yeah, I heard it doesn't matter because I'm number one, because I'm not printing a firearm. Number two, because I'm not printing like super secret things that I care about. I just want to make a dragon for my kid, or like something small. And I think those people are like the ones who really matter to those companies. Like they don't care like that. A couple people who are vocal about, and a lot of the people that were talking were like already vocal about everything anyway. Sure, they're getting dragged, but there's basically a good sale will cut all of that out. Or a good product. So if you got a good product at a good price, people like have a very short memory, and they're like, wait a minute, so I'm getting oh wait, it's $50 off now. Like I don't really care that much. Like I care, but I like a deal more than I care about whatever this thing is. If it's like, XYZ, and I say XYZ not like the actual company, but XYZ printer company is cutting down forests to make their machines, and people are like, oh, that sucks, you guys are terrible. And then they're like, oh, their printers are half price. You'd be like, wait a minute, the printers are half price.
And you're right, because people, human beings have short memories, right? It's not going to matter to 98% of the people that are gonna buy a printer that they said that, right? And for the vast majority of people that had an issue with what they said, they didn't have an issue with the fact that they said it. It was either how they said it and what they actually said in the message, right? Because what they actually said was, you can't print firearms with our machines. And that if you do, they will know, right? I'm paraphrasing. But
that's basically what they said, though.
So what they're saying is that they're monitoring, or they have the ability to monitor what you print, right? Now people see that and they're like, they freak out, right? They're like, oh my God, you're monitoring. But don't get it twisted, right? Every printer that allows you to create a cloud account and log into their machines, Bamboo, Elegoo, Anycubic, Creality, FlashForge, Prusa, all of them. If you log in with a cloud account, they have the ability to look at what you're printing. Don't get it. If you connect it to the internet and you connect that printer to a cloud account, they can look. So it's not just FlashForge. So that can go out the window, right? Because
we're not saying they all look. We're just saying the capabilities are there.
It's there, right? So if you don't want that to happen, then either don't connect your printers to Elegoo, I don't have to connect mine to the cloud. Anycubic, I don't have to. I can if I want. But if the printer doesn't allow you, if the company doesn't allow you to use the machine unless you connect to the cloud account, and you're worried about privacy, don't buy the machine. Right?
100%.
But 98% of the people that are buying a FlashForge are not those people, right?
Exactly.
They're not the people printing firearms. They're not the people that are concerned about privacy. They're not printing parts that for a company that is a DOD or a DOJ contractor. they're not printing stuff that they're worried about that. You know,
Yes.
they are schools and maker spaces and mom and dad who bought a 3D printer for their kid, you know, because FlashForge have had the same nozzles for a decade.
I was about to say, like, and they're not using FlashForge.
Yeah.
So, like, first of all, you got to find people who are into 3D printing. Then you got to find people who are into 3D printing and printing firearms, and they're using FlashForge.
Yeah.
That's probably like 7 people in the world, dude.
Yeah. Like nobody cares about it. And they came back and did kind of a retraction and an apology. But at the end of the day, if you have a problem with a company and what they say, then just don't buy their products. Or if you've already bought their products, just sell them, right? Get rid of them if you don't like it. But at the same time, whether a company's 3D printers are good and work well, they can still be good and they can still work good. And you can still like them and disagree with the company's politics, right?
Yeah. People go to Chick-fil-A all the time.
Yeah, right. Hobby Lobby, right? Hobby Lobby sells filament now, but there's a lot of people in the 3D printing community that don't agree with Hobby Lobby's politics, but they still might go pick up a spool of filament if they're in need, and it's the only place local that they can buy filament, you know? So like I said, it's a personal preference. I don't have a problem with what they said, even though I am a firearm owner. I am someone who, if you want to print that, then you should be able to. But again, I don't have an issue with it. Just don't buy a FlashForge machine, or do, you know? I've owned them. I owned the FlashForge Adventurer 3, the Adventurer 4, and I've owned the M5 Pro, and that was a great machine. Like, really good machine. The internal filtering on it was really good, but
like, I couldn't see me telling someone who's trying to get into 3D printing to like, oh wait, you like, and they got like they're asking me about it. I'm like, listen, I don't care enough to be like, hey, you probably shouldn't get that because you know, like, I'm like, hey, enjoy your 3D printing, have fun. If you need any help, here's where to find me. You know, that kind of thing.
I was not out recommending FlashForge machines before they ever posted that, so I'm not going to now, right?
Because I wasn't either.
I had the 5M Pro, and it's a good machine, but it's $500, right? Yeah. I'm going to recommend a Centauri Carbon before I'm going to recommend the M5 Pro, just because it's literally does the same thing.
Yeah, and if I'm going to recommend multicolor, I'm going to go with A1 or A1 Mini.
Yeah, not an 85X.
Not an 85X, not at all. You know, so or a U1 now, and like literally, it's not on my radar. So I don't care enough to be like, you know, these guys said they're gonna like.
But remember what we said in Discord the other night. Mm-hmm. Now that they have said this, and now that this is all out there, people that were never going to buy a FlashForge that firearm things are going to buy a FlashForge M5M Pro just to see when they print this stuff what happens. Right? You know it's going to happen. Because you're going to get the Pewdie, what's his name there, the big there's like the 3 big 3D printing firearm channels. They're probably going to go out and buy these things
and just to do it,
just to try it. But
it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting if you could see their sales numbers over the, like, from last month to this month or whatever.
And the thing is,
through the holidays, because that's going to be the big test.
And the thing is, they're a private company, so none of that is public. They're never going to say
nope.
They're never going to admit that this hurt their sales, even if it does. Which I don't think it will. You know,
I don't think it will. I don't think it will enough. Like I said,
if it does, it's going to be a fraction of a percent, and it's going to be those people that you said that are us, that are watching FormNext coverage all day long, and eat and breathe this stuff. And also do that. that are going to say, I'm not buying a flash forge.
Look at what Tech Jeeper says. They said there's no such thing as bad press. Would we be talking about flash forge if this wouldn't have happened? Nope. And we just said their name several times.
Yeah. So this is just so for Tech Jeeper's point, this is episode 28, right?
Yep.
Have we ever talked about flash forge?
No, we haven't.
Not once.
I'll say maybe once, and that's probably about it. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that nobody has ever brought up flash forge in 20.
We might have talked about the 5X.
Maybe.
But
we probably just said 85X. We probably didn't even say flash forge. If we would have just said 85X. Because
true.
Those of us that are in this world, we know what an 85X is without ever having to say flash forge. So yes, we have probably said 85X.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if we ever spent more than 2 minutes mentioning a flash forge.
It's not that
that's not a knock against them.
Yeah, it's not the knock against them. It's just that there's so many other players doing major stuff that it makes them kind of like not right. Just like we talked about Wonder Maker. Zombie has the ZR. The ZR Ultra was at FormNext, but I think they're done, man. Like I'd be surprised unless they price it differently.
I know 3 people, one including Zombie. I know 2 other people that have it. And all 3, well, the other 2 have said.
Well, Zombie has the ZR, not the ZR Ultra.
So they both have the ZR too.
Okay.
So, and I've seen Zombie's opinions on it. And I think he struggled with a little bit of it, like the spool holders, which was one that the other 2 people I know that have it. But they said it's basically a hot mess. Like
it's insane, dude.
It's I'm not gonna buy one. I didn't back it. I don't
know anyone who backed it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure anyone who backed it probably backed out once the U1 popped on the scene. And I think that may have been like the proverbial nail in the coffin for them because I mean it's a vetted printer from a vetted company.
Bad Scientist says we talking about the Blunder Maker.
Oh no, don't do that.
Yeah, and I do. I think, I just think that and it's too bad because I've seen a few of their people that work for them in the community talking, and they seem like really good people. And I hope.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Done. I hope it's not done.
I hope that it's not a blunder. I hope that they. I think they still have time to fix it. And I think the ZR Ultra is going to be their big thing, right? Like the ZR is fine, but again, I am going to say it. It's an 85X thing, right?
Yep. Change the spool placement because that's ugly. The printer's ugly as well, by the way. I'll say that much.
I mean, it's just basically a black box.
It's ugly. Yeah, it's ugly.
It's a P1S, like the enclosed, the non-enclosed.
It does look like a P1S.
P1, it's a P1P basically.
P1P.
Like unenclosed. And it kind of has
machine too. That was an ugly machine as well.
You know what it has? It screams the two trees SK1. It screams two trees SK1, which was a disaster of a printer. I have had 2 trees printers prior, and their firmware is garbage.
Dude, 2 trees, all of a sudden, I don't know if this is anyone else, but on IG, I've been getting 2 trees ads, and they're selling freaking everything, right? They're like, they got their name on like toasters, too, right? The SK1, lasers, toasters. Seen them selling like peanut butter and jelly. They got they're selling that name has been sold up the river now, dude. Yeah. And they're selling freaking everything.
They were a hot mess. But
I heard the laser was pretty good when it came out, but I haven't seen anything else about it since then.
We got a raid from Chris Perillo.
Oh, thanks for the raid, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. So anybody joining in, we're just talking about 3D printing, and which is what you would have seen at Chris's stream, and then FormNext, everything that we saw in FormNext. Right now,
we're not at FormNext, but everything we saw from people at FormNext, yes.
We are currently talking about the disaster that is 2 trees.
Yep.
Yeah. They are definitely a blunder. That I will call out. But yeah, I hope Wonder Maker is going to be okay, because, and I say it more for the ZR Ultra, is because we need tool changers, right?
Yes.
Like, we need good quality, low cost tool changers that don't have to be built for people that don't want to build them. Yeah. So I hope they're good, because I mean, other than really the Bondtech, the U1, the ZR Ultra,
that's it.
And then the Prusa XL. I mean, that's really it, right? For tool changers. I mean, you have the nozzle swapper in the H2C now, and then you have the Atom Forge. If that Pallet 300, if that ever materializes to anything.
Let's see if are they at FormNext? I don't know.
I don't think so.
That's always a good sign.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about them, but that's another one. Like, I'd love to see them come to, but their last post on X was a month ago.
That's not good.
October 9th. That's over a month ago.
That's over a month ago.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And the post was,
maybe they're busy.
Fans. It's from fans, and it says, "Any news?" ? And then they're replying to it, and it says, "Marketing's been slow, but don't worry." So I heard from somebody that I think a couple people off this Atom Form group that started it came from DJI, similar to the DJI people that left and started Bamboo. I don't know that for sure, and I haven't confirmed it, but I was told that a few of them were former DJI engineers. So
I mean, it's a clean looking machine.
Yeah,
it's not ugly. I mean, that's a big part of it.
Colors.
Yeah,
like
at least
6 colors is that. Yeah, or at least 6. Technically, it could do 36, right?
Yeah,
is what it said. 36 colors over 12 nozzles, something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I hope that doesn't fold either, but you really haven't heard much from them.
Yeah,
but
you haven't.
No, and they're not at FormNext, because I think you would see an X post about it.
They, I think a lot of these companies, they need to, like, so Wonder Maker and who the one we're talking about before that, they need to maybe combine and start a better company.
Yeah,
bring everything together under one roof.
Yeah,
this guy.
So Adam says, I am eagerly awaiting the U1 Kickstarter. That's another thing I am gonna finish off this stream on, is that we are all eagerly waiting. If you backed you were in the first run, the November Kickstarter backing of the Snapmaker U1, this is like that time, right? So sometime over the next 2 weeks, somebody should either get a machine or at least get a shipping notification. And we actually talked about this in the Unspooled Discord. If they start shipping on the West Coast first, Adam and Wazzy and everybody on the West Coast and GTR Dad in Arizona and Hadron in California, they're all going to get theirs first, and then you and I aren't going to get ours for like a week, or
if we're lucky.
Yeah, or if they start shipping on the East Coast and we get ours first. I'm hoping again. I'm like, and that's the thing. We said in the Discord, if anybody gets theirs first and the other coast
just let everybody know.
Don't say a word.
I want to know. I want to know. I want hope.
I don't want to know because I'm going to be envious, because then I'm going to have to wait another 5 painstaking days or 6 or 7.
Oh my gosh, right,
to get mine. So
I would just be happy that someone's getting them. That's all I want to know. I'm like, is anyone getting them? Because then we know
in the United States, that is not like a beta tester.
Yeah.
Or
because then we know that it's happening. It's like, we'll all be like sitting around a fire or something, like, okay guys, it's happening. All right, what are we gonna do?
If anybody's watching this and you're at Snapmaker, how much money do I have to pay you so that I get mine first out of our group?
Right. Yeah, good luck.
I'm probably gonna get mine last. I live in Maine. I live in the tailpipe of the United States. I'm getting mine last.
Yeah,
I already know it.
Oh yeah, you're far.
Oh yeah, I'm screwed.
I might
the
be
only
lucky.
thing worse would be if you're in Nova Scotia. Like if Burn
Sorry,
Station
Peekaboo.
3D backed it, he's getting it dead last. Like,
Dude, like me being in Baltimore, which is, you know, a metropolitan city, like I stand a chance. We also have our own port, so if they actually put it on a boat and shipped it over to the East Coast, that's even better for us, for me and you. I doubt it. They probably dropped them off in California.
It's coming from China. It's going right to the big port of San Diego.
Yeah, and they're on trains right now, coming to the East Coast or whatever.
Yeah. It's going to the big port in San Diego, and Hadron's going to get it in like 24 hours from that. He's like, he's the closest one there, and then GTR right down in both being in the southeast there or the southwest.
Yeah, I'm hating.
Yeah, no, I don't care. As long as someone gets it, because if one person in our group that we're all there that ordered it at the same time gets it, Tech Jeeper too. Tech Jeeper was super low on the backing numbers there, and then Joel, Polymaker Joel. Somebody from that group, our group, gets it first. It means that everybody else's is like right around the corner. So
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I feel though that like we have been so excited about this machine that I feel like it's going to be a massive letdown. Like I'm going to get the thing, I'm going to print the first multicolor print, and then I'm just going to be like, now what? Like,
what's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't print a ton of multicolor stuff, so I'm more excited about the multi-material. I'm more excited about support material for. But again, it's not a super high temp machine.
I've been stockpiling TPU left and right lately. Just getting it all ready.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a top hat for it though. I'm gonna enclose it. I'm not gonna buy that stupid thing that they sell.
I think it's ugly.
So I'm gonna build one. But
yeah, so that would be cool. Can't wait for that. It's funny because GTR Dad's the same way.
If anybody knows, GTR Dad is like diehard Snapmaker U1, man. He had nothing but jokes. He's like, oh, Corey and Steve talking about the Snapmaker U1 again. Now he's like, I can't wait. Can't wait. Well, no, that was Tech Cheaper, right? Tech Cheaper called us like the U1 podcast or something. Like
I think and GTR Dad said it as well. And now he's like, I'm all in on it.
GTR Dad's a Snapmaker shill. At least for a U1 shill.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, Tech Cheaper. He called us like the Snapmaker U1 podcast one time. That was funny because there was like and I will say there was like a period of 4 weeks where that's all we talked about.
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I wasn't there. Yeah, I wasn't there.
So we are 939.
Yeah, I was looking for a raid target. Let's see. Trying to see if we can find somebody new. But I was trying to do it from my iPad. And
I always look at like the same category.
Let's find someone. No one leave. Let's see if we can find someone new and drop our enormous number 21 people onto them real quick.
Always look same category. Like, does anybody have anybody good that's streaming right now?
Someone new, and at least probably like a maker.
Yeah.
And we don't have to stay. We just stop in and say hello and wish them the best in their journey, or hang out and make their day. Let's see.
Astro Canuck, but he's
Mr. Excuse is on.
Mr. Excuse, yeah.
Let's go. Let's rate Mr. Excuse.
All right,
everyone, hang around for a second.
Hang around.
Mr. Excuse is pretty cool. He's a maker.
He's a cool guy.
He works with West 3D, so you can get some tidbits on what he's doing and stuff. So let's rate Mr. Excuse.
Mr. Excuse. All right. Well, later, guys.
Thank you.
Good night. Good rest of your week. And,
Corey, make sure to sign us off this time.
Yes. We'll see you in the Discords.
Yes.